What's going on there, YouTube? Micah is back with another video for you guys today. Today I am doing the infamous DCP Tag. Alright, so DCP Tag, basically, if you haven't been watching my videos, the Disney College Program, also known as DCP on this channel, is a college intern program for not only international students but then also national students to work at the parks, gain knowledge about the company itself, and also use as a massive resume building, job and opportunity. Anyways, we'll just dive right in. I got the questions right here. There's 10 questions. All right, so we are going to dive right in. How and when did you hear about the program? I probably heard about the program like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, maybe. I've been a huge Disney fanatic for a long time, and I probably heard about the program a couple years ago. I think somebody liked it on Facebook, or somebody, or it was sort of one of those recommended ads. But I have a friend, Claire, shout out to you, who just basically in August finished her program. So she was Spring Advantage of 2017. And so when she applied last year and got in, that made me think about applying. And so I applied this past spring for the current group, fall. And I did not get in. I didn't get past the web-based interview. But I kept in contact with Claire. I kept asking her questions. What was it about? What was it like? Because you can only get so much off of the online websites. And I'll post the main website in the description below. But unfortunately, you can only get so much info from those websites. So then a lot of people turn to Disney Vlogs, aka why you're here. Welcome. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And yeah, so then I was like, oh, okay, kept thinking about it, and I didn't really tell anybody. I mean, my family didn't really even know that I was going to apply. And I applied. I started sort of looking at Facebook pages and finding people or whatever applying for it. I signed up for an update again. And so about the end of July, I found a solid group of people. Shout out to you guys. You guys know who you are. Thank you. And so like for weeks we just talked about like, oh, when do you think they're going to drop apps, like all this stuff. And so lo and behold, they finally dropped apps and so on and so forth. But I don't want to get ahead of myself because that's another question. So why do you want to do the program? I would say how do I answer this how do I actually answer this? So I love Disney. I always have, I always will. I've talked about this with my family for years. If I could get a job with Disney, picking up trash or getting someone's coffee or whatever it is, I would do it in a heartbeat, because everything that they do, in my opinion, is flawless. Do they have, I wouldn't say everything. Okay, most things they do are flawless to me. Obviously, companies make mistakes, people make mistakes, all that stuff. But I've wanted to work for Disney in some capacity for years. And to be totally honest, this is an excellent way to do it, because you're literally immersed in the Disney culture. Down there, you're living with other people doing the program, you're working your butt off doing the program. Most of the time you're probably going to be in the parks if you're not if you're not working. So you're really immersed in the Disney culture and what it means to be a Disney employee. They offer excellent courses. You could get college credit, or you could just take courses that you want. Everything obviously has to do sort of quote unquote do with Disney and how Disney does those things. But they have courses from business management, leadership, hospitality, guest service, everything that you can think of. They probably have somebody doing it. So those are probably the biggest reasons I want to do the program. But next question was, how was your interview / acceptance process? How long was it? Okay, so you hear all the time that, the waiting is the worst part. And that's actually the truest statement I think that anybody can say about the application process. Sorry, I have a feeling that my eye is twitching and it's not. But that's so if you are thinking about applying, just know, even if you get in, you still wait. Everything's a waiting game with Disney. So this time, so fall apps for spring the following year. So in the fall you apply for the spring, and the spring you apply for the fall. So spring apps dropped a month ago today, basically, August 21st. So a month ago today, from when I'm releasing the video. But August 21st they dropped, was a Monday. And at first I was like, you know what, I'm not going to apply the first day. I'm going to give it a couple days, because they don't send out acceptances for a while anyways. And of course I was talking to my friends, shout out to you guys again, and we were all like, oh, like, when are you going to apply, when are you going to apply? Like, some people already applied, and they were like, oh, I'm just going to sort of waiting and all these things. And I was like, you know what, like, forget it, I'm going to apply. So I submitted my application, and like within an hour I got a web-based interview. So something in my application, some keywords or whatever that I had put down on my dashboard, knocked off a buzzer or something in the system, and so I got a web-based interview. WBI from now on. WBI, web-based interview. And I was like, okay, cool, like, I'm gonna take it tomorrow. You have 2 days to take it. So I was like, I'm gonna take it tomorrow. I got nothing going on. Sleep in a little bit, feel rested, and then take it. And again, like these hangouts, these, Skype calls or whatever, were going on for a while. So finally I was like, you know what? Like, I can't wait. So I literally, at like probably about 11:30 on Monday night, the 21st, I took my web-based interview. And, I did that. That's about half an hour, 45 minutes. The questions are timed or whatever. So you really want to make sure that you're consistent with your answers and that you're comfortable with your answers, because they don't want you to sort of flip back and forth. They want somebody who's like, this is my answer, this is what I'm doing, this is the reason behind it, type thing. So yeah, and then literally I got it immediately. Some people it takes like an hour or two, but basically after your web-based interview, when you click submit on the final thing, you'll find out decently quick whether you got a PI, which is a phone interview. Okay, so I found out immediately, like, hey, thank you so much for doing the web-based interview. We'd like you to move on to the phone interview, and this is how you schedule it. So then basically, when you get that email, you log on to your dashboard, and you basically, follow the steps. It tells you, these are the dates available. So I think it does like 5 days from then. So it's like the next 5 business days. And it gives you all the times. They're in Florida, so they're East Coast times. So it gives you, you type in, oh, I'm in California, or oh, I'm in Texas, or oh, I'm in, Oregon, or whatever. And it gives you the times, and then you click, you select confirm, you get an email immediately saying, like, this is confirmation, here are the rules, they'll call you 15 minutes before, 15 minutes after, blah, 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 please, please sit down, we don't allow you to drive, all these things. And then basically you have that little window. So for me, it was essentially a week. So it was like Monday night to Tuesday the following week. So I had like 7 days. I chose like sort of the farthest out I could choose, because I was like, I want to make sure I'm free and everything. So I chose the farthest out I could choose. And basically, so it was, I had my interview on the 29th. August 29th, I had my phone interview at 11 o'clock. The video is, I'll link the video in the description, but the video is also on my page. Definitely go check it out. I had it with Linda. Great. And then you wait. because after the phone interview, you can't tell them anything else. You know, that's it. That's when you sell yourself. That's when you sort of plea with them to hire you. And after that, it's a waiting game. And you literally could wait 2.5 months, or, you know, in my case, I waited just over 2 weeks. I waited 16 days, and I got accepted on September 13th, 2017. And so, yeah, that's what happened, basically. So I waited 2 weeks. I know people that are still waiting, even for their web-based interview. So there's no logical rhyme or reason for it. There's no process that they tell you. It's just they'll, you know, eventually you'll either get in or you get out. Like, that's unfortunately the way it is. So I waited a short time. Last time I waited, well, I got knocked out immediately, but I have friends that like waited until like the last 2 days before the deadline is, and then they found out they didn't get in. So hang in there if you're still if you're still in the process. If you're interested, like I said, I'll have the links below. This is part 1 of the video. I'm trying to keep them shorter for you guys, but part 2 will be coming up. Definitely check that out as well. And like I said, I'll link the video for my phone interview as well, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out, checking out the Peter Pan Boy channel. Today, I, of course, am your host, Micah. And as always, folks, keep the magic alive, will ya? Please, we need it, okay? Keep the magic alive.